The Dallas Mavericks have now won 10 of 11 and 14 of 16. They're 13-point favorites tonight at Charlotte. Over this stretch, Luka and Kyrie are the highest-scoring duo in the NBA. So, Paul, Keyshawn has said the Mavs are no threat to anybody in the postseason. Now it looks like they'll play the Clippers in a 4-5 matchup. Would you give the Mavs any shot against the Clippers?
Whenever you have the best player on your side in the series, you always got a shot. You got to understand what the common ingredient, Skip and Key, to an NBA championship every year features a top 5 player. Would you consider Luka Doncic a top 5 player? Absolutely. And so in saying that...
Would you consider Kyrie a top 10 player?
I give Kyrie top 20 now.
Okay.
Top 20 because, I got to think about this list.
Okay, he just scored 48 the other night.
Yeah, yeah.
They came back on Houston.
But I don't see him making no All-NBA teams. But, Kyrie is in that 15 to 20 range, but as far as NBA... But Luka's top 5. Luka is arguably the MVP of our league.
He is.
And so in saying that, I just think with the way they've been playing lately, they've been great on defense, better than they have all year long. In this winning streak, they've bumped up. They've been 14th in defensive the efficiency.
Yep.
Luka and Kyrie are finally starting to show me the chemistry they can have with one another. The ball distribution between the two is looking great. When I see Kyrie get 48 and Luka get 35 and they are on the same page and you trust Kyrie down the stretch and they got some type of chemistry together, that makes them dangerous.
Yep.
Now, in a close game, do I want to be playing against Dallas? No, I do not. And as far as the Clippers concerned, Paul George's been playing great. I don't know where Kawhi, or is he going to be healthy?
Either.
I don't know if he's going to be healthy.
Here we go again.
So if these two teams match up, I got to go with the Mavericks on this one because just the uncertainty of Kawhi Leonard. And even if he does come back, he probably won't be 100%. And you're telling me against a Mavs team who hot with Luka Doncic and Kyrie, it's going to be a nightmare.
I could agree and disagree with you at the same time, Paul, when it comes to the Mavs versus the Clippers. And I'm not a Clipper fan, by the way, full disclosure. If Kawhi is able to play, then I personally would believe that Kawhi is the best player on the floor because he plays both ends of the floor.
Yeah, if he's right, he's got to be,
he's right.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George ain't far behind.
No.
Paul George has been balling
He has been
lately.
balling.
Really balling. And I understand high-flying, scoring machine and Luka knocking them down from way downtown and Kyrie penetrate, dishing or shooting it, whatever, floaters. I get all of that. But you got to play some defense. Some.
They have been playing some, to Paul's point.
But you got to play some. And when you're going up against, and I understand the way you feel about James Harden and he's with us. I get it. At times, that's the way you feel, like, oh, don't worry about him, he's with us. If he got hot on you, with Paul George getting hot on you too, and Kawhi, that's a lot to deal with. Then you got Speedy Gonzalez coming off the bench in Westbrook. Yeah. That's just a lot to deal with in a 7-game series. You played in 7 games. I didn't. As a fan of basketball,
Luka can offset 2 of them.
How?
2 of their stars.
How?
Luka?
Yeah, how?
Well, he only averages 35, 9, and 9.
Okay. So you splitting that in half on an offset. So
if you say Paul George, you put his points,
20
rebounds and assists with Harden's, he's kind of canceling them out.
But that's if he can get you that.
Who?
That's if he can get you that.
But Luka, that's what he's averaging.
Because you got to figure who you going to put on him.
Who you going to put on who?
Yeah, on Luka.
It don't matter who you put on him.
So you don't
average 35 points.
So you don't think if the glove was on him, the claw, better yet, the glove had a hole in it last I checked, the claw, that he couldn't slow him down?
He would take him some, and Paul George would take him some.
And they would take him some.
You know what they're going to do? You know what they're going to do? Hey, you over there, come set this screen. You know what the Clippers going to do? They're going to switch Harden on him. We're going to put him in a situation so we got Harden guarding him.
Okay.
That's what they do now. They switch everything. Oh, whoever's Harden guarding, bring him over here. Or whoever their worst defender is. I don't know. I mean, between the 3, Harden's the worst defender between Paul George and Kawhi.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah. In my time, I have never seen such offensive skill sets on the perimeter as I see on a nightly basis with Luka and Kyrie vibing off each other. Because to Paul's point, they left the floor the other night after the Houston comeback. They came from 20 down. They were arm in arm, and Jason Kidd brought it up after the game. That was great to see. Maybe it's just for the cameras and for show, but I think they're starting to click a little bit together where they respect each other and they're finding a niche with each other. Because when you win 14 of 16 in this league, it's just hard to do. And I'm looking at Luka over the last 14 games he's played. They're 13-1. He's averaging 31, 10, and 10. So he's averaging a triple-double. The firepower of the two of them is hard to deal with because you can speak to this, but on just pure skill, those two together, I just don't know if we've ever seen anything quite like that. Those two doing their things, working their magic, making their trick shots, because both of them are capable of all kinds of left-handed trick shots and hook shots. And I just think the Clippers would be in trouble, especially if Kawhi was 85% instead of 100%. And
maybe that's why he's resting up to get to 100.
I mean, this is the best version of Dallas we've seen in the years.
It just is.
Since Luka's been there. And they're hot. This is not a matchup I will be confident going into right now. When you got to deal with Kyrie Irving, who's still at the peak of his powers.
He is.
And Luka, who's at the peak of his powers since he walked into the NBA. And it just seems like when you think he cannot get better, it seems like he's getting better.
All I can say, the Western Conference playoffs are going to be the all-time greatest ever, from top to bottom, every last drop of this. Because if we get Clippers-Dallas, I'm on the edge of my seat every single
Man, you better worry about Doc tonight. That's what you better worry about.
Ooh, speaking of, do the Bucks have any shot tonight at home?